Okay, the next part, we're going to use a regression tool on Desmos to actually fit data for us so that you can like visually see what the function is that we're trying to create. So when your calculator performs an exponential regression, it uses a specific statistical method to fit an exponential model to data. The regression provides an R-squared value, which is the coefficient of determination. It's important to interpret the value of R-squared, which is measured of how closely the data on average fit a regression line. So we want points to be super close to like the actual function, but that's not going to be perfect, right? But as close as possible. So the closer R-squared is to 1, the better the function fits the data. To perform exponential regression, you'll utilize technology to enter the data and create a scatter plot. Review the steps below and complete the activity that follows. Okay, so input the data into the exponential regression tool to create this. Okay, so the exponential regression tool, how do we get there? Okay, if I hit start graphing and then exponential regression tool, there's linear regression. Okay, I'm just going to type in my search bar exponential regression tool Desmos. There we go. So that's what you're going to have to do too, okay? So now we have, let me put this here and this here. Okay, so we have this data in the example over a certain number of years, and when we put that into a table, we do x1, y1 in the table. So here are x's and then our y's for each function. And this one has a bunch of functions that we're not actually going to use. But so we have to press plus and then a table to be able to get that xy thing, okay? Alright, so, oh, we're going to have to do it. Okay. So, 0, 3.93. See that? I'm just getting it from there. 1, 5.31. 2, oops, 2, 7.24. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording and just go through and add all of them, alright? Okay, I'm almost done. 9, 50.19. And you can see that the dots are filling in, oops, 0.19. 10, 62.98. Okay, so all those dots are filling in, and they're moving up. Looks pretty good, like it's going to be exponential. Now let's see. So we entered in the points. Now, so it says enter the data in the table to create a scatter plot of the data. A regression curve will automatically be generated and plotted with the data. Use the exponential regression feature to find R-squared. The R-squared value of the regression curve, what is the value of the coefficient of determination R-squared? Okay, let's see if we can find where that's at. Tools? No. R squared equals, does that work? How do I get this?
Develop a trend line and to calculate a correlation coefficient. So I want to run a quick refresher on that and give you another example. I'm going to be using data from this problem. It says I'll show you the stuff put those in. Actually behaved here, so now I'm holding this up to 60 here. And Y is going from, looks like our lowest numbers to scatter plot that we can see a little bit better. You can barely see on the bottom here. Have Desmos calculate our line of best fit. And X, I'm just pressing Y1 on the keyboard and then the little tilde.
Oh,
and then
okay.
X.
Okay, I think I know how to do it. Alright, so we need it to be in the form of an exponential equation. So, where's my Desmos at? Right? So, Y, and then squiggly thing. Where's the squiggly thing? Oh, there it is, tilde. A times B to the X. No. Okay, let's get this video.
So you just watched about how to run a regression on Desmos. It's very similar if you're running any sort of regression for a pattern. So I just kind of made up this data right here. So the first thing we should notice is there's no data right here on the graph. That's because the window is wrong. So of course, X is going to go from 0 to 8, 500. And is not equal to is this squiggly because we're running a regression. And then A times B to the X.
Oh, you guys, I almost got it. Okay, I just had to put Y freaking 1. Okay. Y1 times Y1 squiggly A times B to the X. Okay.
Use this list, X1. So here we go.
Oh, X1. Oh, because that's theirs. That is those. Okay. X1. Oops. 1. Oh, got it. Okay. Cool. So Y1 squiggly A times B to the X1. And then it gives us our R squared. Ah, we got it. Okay. So let's move this sucker over here. Get this back here. And we have the R squared is 0.9975. 0.9975. That's pretty dang close to 1, so that's a pretty good regression. What are the values of the following parameters? So the parameters are 4.77 and B would be 1.2968. So it's a lot easier to, or let's just do 1.3 actually. So you can see that it's a lot easier to like do it with the Desmos than having to go through and calculate all of the ratios and then take the average. Okay, so the equation is going to be y equals 4.77 times 1.3 to the x, because it goes a times b to the x, right? Okay. So another one, use the data from the first thing to find the exponential equation for the regression model for the data, graph the regression model on a calculator, and then graph your model from explain 1. How does the graph models compare? I'd say that's done. Okay, in the real world, the purpose of finding a mathematical model is to help identify trends or patterns and to use them to make generalizations. So here we have something that we have to create. The function corresponds with find the function that corresponds with the given situation. A Texas population increased from 20.85 million to 25.15 million from 2000 to 2010. Assuming exponential growth during the period, determine the exponential function where x is 0, represents the year 2000, and x equals 1 represents the year 2010. Okay. So it increased from this to this. So we basically have to figure out what did we multiply this by to get this. So we just have to do 1. Okay, so the initial value is this. Okay, that's how much it was at the very beginning. That's A. And then we have to do 25.15 divided by 20.85. Am I right? 1.2, let me see. Yeah, 25.15 divided by 20.85 is 1.206. So we get 20.85 times 1.206 to the x for the function. So here, the number of fish in a certain pond started at 2.12 thousand. After a year, the number of fish decreased to 1.96 thousand. Determine the exponential function. So first A is 2.12 because that's where it started at. Start. And then to get B, we have to do 1.96, what it's at right now, divided by what it was before, 2.12. 1.96 divided by 2.12. How do I just clear the whole thing? So 1.96 divided by 2.12 is 0.92. 0.92. So that's our B. So we got f of x equals 2.12 times 0.92 to the x. What's going on here? Everything kind of disappeared on me, but that's it. Okay, so determine the exponential function that would determine the number of fish in the pond after t years. Oh, after t years. After t years, we gotta erase this x and put a t. There we go. Okay. Homework. Alright, so determine if it can be represented by an exponential function. So you gotta divide 12 divided by 3, 48 divided by 12, right? See if it's the same or similar. And then if it can, remember to find the exponential function. Remember this is a, right? And then to find b, you have to divide those two numbers. And then it's f of x equals a times b to the x. Okay, you could do this. A new gym started with 70 members. After a year, the number of members decreased to 92 members. Complete the table to determine which of these equations would approximate the amount in the gym after t years. Well, started at 70, right? Which one has started at 70? And then if it decreased to 92, what do you have to divide these to figure out what is raised to the exponent of x, right? And then that's going to tell you what has the right number in here with the t. You could do that. That's easy. Average price of selling a single-family home in a certain area over the last 5 consecutive years. Approximate exponential model and find the average of average of the successive ratio. So you got to do bent divided by bent, bent divided by bent, bent divided by bent, and all those numbers you add them up and divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can solve using a scientific calculator or the exponential regression tool. So you can use the Desmos exponential regression tool to check your work on that after you do that. Okay, help each other out. All right, so that's the last thing you have to do today, but you also have to do the credit checkpoint through this lesson. Okay, so you don't have to do the last lesson, but all of the homework and the credit checkpoint for what we've done so far.